Let's begin the installation. First, determine the best location for the seat heater switch. Plan this part of the installation carefully, as it is the only component of the seat heater kit that is visible when the installation is complete. The switch location most often used is the plastic trim molding at the door side of the seat. The next best location for the mounting of the switch is the center console. Now determine which fuse circuit would be best to tap for power. Check for circuits that normally shut off when the vehicle ignition is turned off and that could handle the additional 4-amp seat heater load. Good circuits to tap include the accessories fuse and power window fuse. Confirm with a multimeter or test light that the circuit chosen is off when the vehicle ignition is off. Remove the fuse so you can determine the power input side of the fuse receptacle. This step is important, as the fuse adapter must be inserted with the correct orientation to power. Start the vehicle and test for power at both sides of the receptacle. Make sure you locate a good ground point for connecting the seat heater ground wire. Now that the wiring of the vehicle has been planned, you can start to remove the seat by removing the seat anchor bolts. You should do this before disconnecting the vehicle power at the battery, as you will need to move the seat forward and back on the seat tracks to expose all the anchor bolts. Now that you have removed all the seat anchor bolts, you should disconnect the vehicle main ground cable at the battery. This step is required on all vehicles equipped with side impact airbags in the seat. Failure to do this will trip alarm circuits in the vehicle that will require resetting by the dealership's mechanic at your cost. Once you have disconnected the vehicle ground, you can disconnect the yellow airbag connectors. You must remove the blue lock pin before the connector will separate. Disconnect the power seat connector. Remove the plastic kick panel before removing the seat to prevent scratching. Pry this panel up, starting at one end, gradually working toward the other end of the panel to release the pressure clips. With the seat removed, you can run the power wiring under the carpet. Pull at least 1 foot of the power harness out of the carpet. The white connector end of the harness will need to travel the complete range of seat positions. Lay the wire in the same channel as the main vehicle harness. You will need to remove the trim panel to thread the wire up into the fuse box area. At the fuse box, add an extra 4 inches for adjustments and cut the red and black wire to the length required. Strip the wires 3/8 of an inch, then crimp the fuse adapter to the red wire using a blue butt connector. Make sure the correct size ring terminal for the ground screw is selected for the ground wire, as this connection needs to be fixed firmly in place. Remove the fuse previously selected for power connection. Place this fuse into the fuse adapter socket. The seat heater fuse is installed in the socket nearest the red input wire. Now install the fuse adapter into the fuse receptacle with the lead farthest from the red wire installed in the power input side of the fuse receptacle. The black ground wire will need to be connected to the grounded bolt located earlier. Make sure the ring terminal is firmly held in place, providing a constant ground connection. To install the switch in the center console, remove the cup holder or another top panel for access to this area. Measure to make sure there is at least 2 inches of depth into the console to receive the switch and its connectors. The surface area required for the switch installation is 1 inch. Measure and mark the exact location for drilling the switch mounting hole. Use a step bit, as it will allow you to gradually expand the hole size without tearing the plastic. The final hole size required is 13/16 of an inch. Install the switch harness first and then the switch into the mounting hole. Orient the symbol on the switch so the high setting is on top. Next, route the switch harness to the area centered under the seat. Make sure to pull out enough of the harness to allow it to reach the seat's furthest point of travel. The wiring of the vehicle is complete, so now we'll install the heating elements into the seat. Remove the cover from the seat back. To do this, unlock the J-clips, which are located at the bottom of the seat back. Most seats have J-clips that open by inserting a thin flathead screwdriver into the clips and prying them open at one side. They can be opened easily once they start to separate. The armrest of the seat should be removed so the seat cover can be rolled up far enough on both sides to properly install the seat back heating element. The armrest normally has a bolt or a pin and C-clip mechanism that holds it in place. Once the armrest is removed, gradually roll up the seat cover, exposing the seat back foam. Pull the cover up high enough to allow you to install the heating element, but not so high that the side airbag module is exposed. You do not want to remove or tamper with this module. To remove the bottom cushion seat cover, first take off the lumbar knob and any other trim or switch panels. To remove the seat cover from the seat bottom, pull down on the J-channel clips, which hold the seat cover to the lower frame of the seat. Use gloves to prevent cutting your hands. Once the bottom of the cover is released from the frame, it can be pulled up to uncover the seat bottom base foam. Mark the foam for the correct placement of the heating element and where you need to make a hole to pass the harness through the foam. This hole allows the harness to reach the control module under the seat. Cut the hole in the shape of an X, about 2 inches in each direction. This will enable the connector to pass through the foam, and it will close up around the harness after the connector has gone through. Fold back 2 inches of the release paper to expose the adhesive on the rear of the heating element. Align the element with the marks. The adhesive on the heating element bonds to the cells of the seat foam with pressure and heat that strengthens with use, so the element actually becomes part of the seat foam. Until this occurs, you should be careful not to roll up the edges when installing the seat cover. Press the exposed area of the element into the base foam. Hold down on this area and slowly pull off the rest of the release paper. Make sure all the paper is removed, as it can burn if left in place. Press the entire element firmly into place. This helps bond it to the seat foam. Pull the cover down and into place. Secure the seams as you go, pressing the Velcro into place and installing any hog rings that were removed. Pull the cover down far enough to install the J-clips around the lower frame of the seat. Rub your hands over the surface of the cover to adjust the fit and smooth out any wrinkles. Place the back element into position and mark the base foam for its installation. This element should be placed at least 2 inches above the bottom edge. Be careful to keep the back and bottom heating elements from touching, as this will cause a hot spot. Fold back 2 inches of release paper at the top of the back heating element in preparation for securing the element into place. Now align the element with your marks and secure the top edge in place by pressing it firmly. Do not try to remove all the paper backing before placing the element on the seat, because the adhesive on the element will bond permanently if allowed to touch itself. Adhere the top edge and move down the back, pressing on the element as you pull the backing off the adhesive. Once all the paper is removed, press the element firmly over the entire area to bond it to the base foam. Direct the harness to one side of the seat and down at the seat hinge area. Make sure this harness is routed to the bottom of the seat without being pinched in the hinge of the seat. Roll the back cover down and into place, securing the Velcro or hog rings at the seams as you install the cover. Pull and shape the cover into the correct position before closing the back cover at the bottom J channels. It will be difficult to close the cover if it is not positioned correctly. Make sure you install the armrest hold clip inside the back before locking the J channels together. Close the J channels, making sure the harnessing is in the correct position. Turn the seat over and plug in the back heater to the cushion heater harness. These heaters are wired in a series circuit, and the system will not work if this connection is not completed. Connect the heating element wire to the control module, and then secure it in place with the tie wraps provided with the kit. Pick a location that does not interfere with the seat motors, and which will not be crushed when the seat is adjusted to the full down position. These tie wraps can be laced through the foam support mechanism under the seat and wrapped around the main body of the control. The seat is now equipped with the heater elements and the control module, and is ready to be installed in the vehicle. When placing the seat back into the vehicle, you may want assistance in guiding the seat into place so you don't scratch the interior. Remember, the seat frame is sharp, and it will mark the plastic interior trim parts with the slightest touch. Once the seat is in place, connect the seat heater power harness and the switch harness to the control module. Next, connect the airbag connector and the power seat connector. The battery ground wire can be connected once the airbag connector is engaged. Tighten the seat bolts to the manufacturer's specification, normally around 90 pounds of pressure. Test the seat heater after connecting the ground wire. You must sit in the seat to test it properly.